Welcome back to Daily Blast Live. Pro football preseason is just around the corner, and the NFL and the Players Association has just announced it's putting a freeze on the league's new national anthem policy.
That's right, Jeff. There's no new rules relating to the anthem that will be issued or enforced for the next several weeks, so that both sides can sit down and figure out a plan. This just after a couple hours after the Miami Dolphins faced backlash for a team policy that would suspend players for up to 4 games if they decided to protest on the field.
That's right, and joining us live in studio is former NFL player Ryan Harris, 10-year league veteran and Super Bowl champion with the Denver Broncos. Yes. There he is right there. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having us.
Ryan,
before we start, could you just show the camera that ring real quick?
No problem. Sure.
Holy cow.
Never gets old.
That's awesome, man.
All right, well, first, you have firsthand experience with this situation, Ryan. Do you think this is a good move or a bad move by the NFL to suspend its rules?
Best decision the NFL's made in 10 years. 3 reasons why. One, it was a poor policy decision, right? Like this May, the NFL said, listen, teams, you can get fined for players protesting. Furthermore, players, you cannot kneel or sit during the anthem. And to make it a trifecta, they said, teams, you can now come up with your own policy decisions on how you punish players if they protest. So now that means, Jeff, you and I are on different teams, but we're buddies. We both decide to put up the peace sign, calling for peace, no matter what side you're on, let's make peace. I may get suspended 4 games. Wow. You may not have any punishment happen to you, all because we're just declaring peace.
Now, Ryan, I can't obviously relate to you as an NFL player, but I can as a black man and also as a black man that has been personally assaulted by the police. What has your experience been as a black man living in America?
I mean, I think it's been similar to a lot of other African-American males and Latino males as well. Listen, the last 4 times I've been pulled over, I've been asked what I did for a living and if this was my car, right? And in Pittsburgh, when I was with the Steelers, a police officer asked me, I'm going to Wexford, a wealthy suburb, the Highlands Ranch here in Denver of Pittsburgh. He said, what's in Wexford for you? Excuse me, sir, I live there. And I think it's missing the broader point that teammates all around the NFL get, which is, listen, you know if you've been on a team, there's not somebody behind you or in front of you, there's someone standing with you. And that's why one of the reasons for me, why I stood, I played next to Alejandro Villanueva, a guy who served 2 tours for our United States Army. After the first game Kaepernick came out, he said, Ryan, I don't know what it's like to be a black man and be pulled over by the police. What am I missing? We had those conversations. Conversations I've continued to have with current and former police officers, and that's the reason why I think you continue to see this anthem issue come up.
Right, and Jeff, I know you're going to jump in there, but I'll just say personally, it's weird. I've been riding with friends, and when there's a police officer behind us, they're like, why are you so nervous? And I've said this before, I feel like if I get pulled over 10 times, there's a 20% chance I'll be shot.
Yeah, listen, as a 6'5", 300-pound black man, the only place where I fear for my life is at a routine traffic stop. You know, whatever side of the anthem protest you're on, you have to accept that that's my reality and the reality of many people that look like me. So let's continue to have this dialogue. Let's continue to make progress. And I think the NFL saw that with the policy decision they put in. Listen, that was just one of 32 teams that came out, the Miami Dolphins, saying this is how we're going to do it. They're going to have 31 more teams do that in the next 8 days until training camp starts. Right. Here we are, 53 days away from the NFL season.
I love that. Thank you guys both for sharing. But at DBL here, Ryan, we believe in important, tough subjects and dialogue. So we have some questions from our DBL audience that we want to ask you. Joel says, I think if someone wants the right to kneel, they can earn it by serving in the military first.
You know what? Congrats, Joel. You're right. You know, no one's wrong here on this anthem issue. You know, so yeah, sure, that'd be great. You know, that's a further discussion on how we serve and what the lengths of our Constitution goes to. So, Joel, you're not wrong. Let's still have some coffee. Let's still celebrate the fact that the Denver Broncos have the best chance in 3 years to go and win the AFC West. The fact that my Minnesota Vikings, hometown Vikings, now have Kirk Cousins and are looking to win a Super Bowl. Let's go beyond our differences, because I didn't serve in the military, right? And others who played, a lot of others didn't. So let's play the game that's being played, and let's talk about the game that's being played.
All right. Thank you, Ryan. Honestly, thank you so much for shedding some light on that, especially from a former NFL player.
Please come back, man.
Man, anytime, man, anytime. That was great.